Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I don't know what all that's about, but right on cue. Anyway, happy Friday. Hope y'all are doing well. We had, crazy last night. The night before we had Zeta, whatever her name was, the remnants of that come through and knocked a bunch of power out different places. Fortunately, nothing around here. Uh, but just a bunch of wind and all that stuff. And then yesterday it was so calm, got up into the 80s. Such a nice day. I got out the tractor and cut grass, um, and then last night, man, after the sun went down, whew, the wind started kicking up again. It's like it was round two. And of course, this morning you wake up and it's a wee bit nippy out there. So cold fronts move through. Somebody flipped the switch for fall again, and off we go. But it's all good. Let's see who we got hanging out with us over here today. We got Dave Clemens. Man, he writes so much stuff. All right. Good morning, Dave. George Pritchard. Good morning, TGIF. Thanks for the thumbs up, sir. Earl Walker's in the house. Rain going down to 36. Afternoon snow showers Sunday. All right. I guess it's about that time. Good morning, Earl. Let's see. Jesse's here. Good morning, sir. Larry Galt says, nice weather, week ahead for me, 70s. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Sounds real good, as a matter of fact. Gary Hammockwood Creations. Good morning, everyone, he says. How you doing, Gary? Janet's in the house. How you doing, Janet? Good to see you. Buddy Bob from across the pond. Welcome, sir. Good morning to you. Bart Bixel says, good morning. I'm glad we're all here again. Yeah, me too. I really am. Let's see here. Stephen Toronto's here. Good morning. On my phone, as my power's still out in Biloxi, lost half my roof also. Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you're here, Stephen. Hope things get better. And hopefully that was the last one of those silly storms this season. Paul Stewart's in the house. Good morning, Paul. Rusty Taylor's in the house this morning. How you doing, Rusty? Dave says he don't know how all that extra stuff going in his comment. Yeah, I do. It's because you do this. Doc Whitaker's in the house. How you doing, Doc? Rusty says 1 and 5/8. All right, that's secret code. I know what he's talking about. May try to do something with that this weekend. I'm gonna be out there piddling. Probably. But if I have any questions, I will definitely get with you, Rusty, before I start making chips on that piece of wood. Dave Mack's in the house. Walking with Jacks. Cool and breezy, 49, high of 55. Yeah. Jim Senecola's in the house. Happy TGIF. No rain. It's snow now. Oh, man. Oh, man. Here we go. Bob Sam says, on this day in history in 1974, the Rumble in the Jungle, Muhammad Ali KOs George Foreman in the 8th round in Kinshasa. I don't know how you say that. Zaire, whatever. All righty. Yeah, I remember that. 74 was a good year for me. Pretty good year. I still remember a lot about 74. Steve Gronsky's in the house. Says 3 days of ice storm. Lost power for 40 hours. All back now. Well, good. Man, 40 hours. That's a long time would be without power, isn't it? Hey, look who's here. Mark Lindsay, CNC. It's a cool 39 in Southern Oregon, looking at high of 72. Sweet, sweet. Rusty says he's off till Wednesday next week. Okay, cool. I will definitely try to do something this weekend then. So if I got any questions, I know you'll be easy to get a hold of. Let's see. I guess I'm caught up. Uh, yeah, if you were wanting to vote early and you haven't done it, well, today's the day you better get off your butt and go, because today's the last day for doing it here in Georgia, and I can already tell what's going to happen. I can already see it coming. Mark my words. They've been talking on the news. We had this little storm come through yesterday, so it knocked power out and stuff. So, you know, when you don't do paper ballots, filling in the thing, and you do all that electronic stuff, no power means polls weren't open. So there's going to be people that, even though we've had, probably 20 days that you could go vote, there's going to be people complaining, saying, well, that 29th, that was the only day out of all that I could have voted. Now you're suppressing my vote. I can hear it coming. So you wait and see. Yeah, Doc agrees here. 74 was a very good year, my friend, for us. Yes, it was. Hey, there's Sandy. How you doing, Sandy? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you this morning. Mark Lindsay says, vote early, vote often. Yeah, I'm sure some people will. Oh, let's see. Last early voting day for Texas too. Yeah, and it's coming. Next Tuesday's the big deal. I don't know if we'll know anything after next Tuesday or not, but it's the big day. I saw something on the news. I think it was. Yeah, it must have been on the news, where they said that in Georgia. Let me see if I can get it right now. I think they've already had like over 3.5 million people, or 3.7 million people, or something. Just bunches of people have already voted in the Georgia election. So it's fantastic. Glad to see people getting out and voting. If you don't get out and vote, then and things don't go the way you want, just shut up. Just shut up. You don't have a say. You had a chance and you didn't do it, so just shut up is all I can say. Yep. Sandy says, vote, 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 people. Yeah, it's not, and like I said, I hate that people waited, because I'm sure there's going to be people that use that excuse. Well, I waited till towards the last of the early voting, and now the power's out and they can't do it. Well, go on election day then. They'll have it back up by then. But yeah, up in I got very lucky because when they did the whatever it is they do, the little area map where they show the first one they did, Henry County, which is my little county, it wasn't even in it, and then shortly after they extended it, but the county east of me wasn't in it. But we just barely caught my power did go out. I don't know for how long, because my clocks were all flashing and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Vote so you have the right to complain. That has always just irritated me. When people are, you're talking with somebody and the conversation turns to politics and they're griping about things. They don't like this and they don't like that. And they don't like anybody. They don't like either side. And they go, well, who did you vote for? Well, I didn't vote. They're all crooks. I didn't vote. Well, then shut up. If you're not going to try to change things, just shut up. That's all I can say. It's There's always going to be those kind. Dave says, we didn't have a polling place to vote early. They wanted us to mail it in, not doing it, voting in person. Good deal. Didn't have a polling place to vote early. That's weird. Anyway, Janet says, saw an article claiming that there are 3.5 million more registered voters than there are legal Americans eligible to vote. Go figure. Yeah, how does that happen? I know that's the only thing that worries me is that it's there's always somebody trying to game the system. It never fails. Never fails. But it'll work out all right. Whatever's meant to happen will happen. And I'm pretty old, so I don't have that much longer to go anyway. So that's one positive way to look at it. If it turns crappy, I just say, well, I'm not going to put up with it that much longer anyway. It's not like I'm 20 or something. So hey, there's the rockster. Can you hear him snapping and cracking and popping as he comes in here? He just had his little glucosamine treat, so hopefully they'll kick in. But he's had a little pep in his step the last few days. That's good. Earl says, I've already voted. Lines were not bad. 1 hour to vote. More people early voting. Election day will not be busy, in my opinion. It may not be, unless it's the people that are going to vote the second and third and fourth time or something. I don't know. I don't know. I think it will be, because even though there's a lot of people that voted early, I think it'll still be fairly busy on election day. That's why I wanted to go ahead and get mine. And I'm glad I got mine over with, because I was there about 35 minutes. And it's over with, so I don't have to. Because the thing is, if you do wait until election day, it's like, whether it's a quick wait or a long wait, if you really want to vote, you got to just wait it out. So, she's my, looks like he's walking easier this morning. Yeah, like I said, I think he's doing better. Well, he is doing better. It's obvious. He gets out there and actually tries to. I wouldn't really call it running, but he tries to play with Jack a little bit. Mark says, you feeding that boy Rice Krispies or something? I don't know. Could you hear it, Mark, when he walked in here? I don't know how you can't hear it. It's pretty loud. I mean, it's every step. It's like. So. Hey, guess who's live on the coffee sessions this morning? Yours truly. Yeah. Yeah, I had a little surprise yesterday. One of those kind of surprises you don't want to have. I had my air conditioning HVAC people. They come out and do a check. Have like a maintenance agreement thing with them, and they come out and check. When the guy come out, and he says, you better keep an eye on that your drip pan up there, or your condensation pan, I guess it is. He says it had a good bit of water in it. And he says, I see some water stains on your ceiling there. And I go, well, those are from before. I said, I just never have painted over those, which I have now. Because they had it where the PVC pipe come out to the drain line to run the condensation out. One time they'd been up there to check stuff, do their maintenance, and somehow they bumped it, and it just, because they didn't put any glue on them, they just stick them together, and it came out, so all that stuff was just dripping. Wasn't even going in the pan. They had the pipe hanging over the pan. I think I probably talked about that last year when I had all that going on. But anyhow, I went into the hall bathroom and felt water hit my head, and I look up and I'm like, there's water coming out around the little vent thing, So I thought, oh great. So I got up there and um, sure enough, that pan had a bunch of water in it, but it doesn't. It looks like the pan doesn't really even have a drain. It's like it's just there to catch what might sweat off the other line. And apparently that line has gotten a clog or something in it. The one that goes outside. When you run in your air and you see the water dripping out there. But anyway, so I had to bring my compressor in, and fortunately the guy that came in and fixed it after I griped about it leaking all over the place up there, he put like a little T in it with a cap you could pull off. So I pulled that off and blew it out. Of course, last night it started getting cooler, so I just turned the air off so that it wouldn't run. And I think it might have worked because I put a bucket up under that thing and there's hardly anything in it. So I think I might have got it blown out enough. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to put a note and tape it next to my thermostat. Next year, when you get ready to turn on the air, be sure and check and make sure the first time you turn it on, go outside and see if there's still stuff dripping outside. So, hey, there's Doug Sisk. How you doing, buddy? Finally made it. I love that thing you posted today, Doug, that 17 inches thing. I've seen that several times. And every time I see it, I read it and I enjoy it. It's such a good thing. So, and he's dead on. I mean, he's dead on the points he's making there. So, thank you for posting that. Just really okay. Yeah, Doug's on Facebook. Janet's on Facebook. Let's see how we're doing them here. We've got 16 on the tube and 8 on Facebook. All right, so yeah, the wind really kicked up. Because of the night before, I had leaves all over my deck. I don't know why I built such a big deck. When I moved here, I had your typical little 10 by 14 deck or whatever, but I wanted a big deck. So I've got like the whole back of my house is deck now. It's like 700 square feet worth of deck out there. And that was so stupid to do that because all it does is collect leaves. You got to blow them off about once an hour if you want to keep it clean. But okay, there's a tip. Ray says I hooked my shop vac to the AC drain line a couple times a year. You suck it out or blow it out? I just took my since that guy put a T in there, I just turned my little air compressor on, just one of those little pancake thing, and let it let it build up pressure, and then stuck it in there and did a few shots. But yeah, shop vac. I may have to try that too. Larry said it was windy here all day yesterday. Yeah. Mark says my deck is cool. No, it's not. It's not cool. It's big and it's got like a big bullseye painted on it for the leaves to hit. I never should have built it that big. Not with all them trees around. Not with all them trees. And I got that hot tub out there in the middle of the lower section, and I haven't been in that probably in 3 or 4 years. Suck it out. Okay. Good idea. Good idea. I thought about something too. Is maybe I could, and I noticed a while ago I had an email saying the Black Friday sales have already started at Harbor Freight. So I figure I'd probably get some little cheap snake and maybe go outside and run it up that thing. That way, if there is any clog in it, um, Larry says my AC won't come on if that drain line gets clogged. It's a fairly new system. Yeah. I used to think mine was fairly new because I keep, time goes by so quick because I keep thinking, I've had it 4 or 5 years maybe. But when I said something to the guy the other day to schedule my appointment for them to come out and check it, he goes, no, we put that in 2012. So it's been 8 years. And I'm like, man, it just goes by so quick. Yeah. Yeah. I need to get out my pressure pressure washer. Hey, there's an idea. Drop chlorine tablets in that pipe. Brilliant. Yeah, I'll do that too. Where do you get chlorine tablets? Where would I find that? Good morning, Bill Hoffman. Good to see you. Sandy says, yes, time does go so fast. I swear, I don't know. I mean, 2020 has sucked, but it's still sucked going by pretty quick to me. I mean, here we are. It's, we're knocking on November's door. And that's what's bad is when you think about it, it's like, when did we really start doing all the serious COVID stuff? March. I think it was in. I remember I ordered my case of toilet paper that I order about once a year anyway. I ordered it on March the 7th, I think, and then it was right after that everybody went crazy and you couldn't find toilet paper. So Rusty says pour some bleach in it. All right, I guess I could do that. I probably got a jug of bleach around here. Doug says there is a simple float system that shuts the unit off when water builds up in the pan to prevent overflow. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything like that. Mine has just a galvanized pan under there. And then it's got on the side of the thing, I guess by the evaporator coil or whatever, it's got a PVC coming out. Comes out and makes a 90 and then another 90 and goes back up under and then out to the outside of the house, comes out the wall. So you should be able to go out and look up under the deck and see it dripping when it's running, but I'll have to keep an eye on it. I did get up there with a bucket and a paper cup and just got the water down so low that if I do run it, it'll take it a minute to fill that pan back up. But yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on it. Always something. Always something. Hot tub shop. Oh, swimming pool supply or a hot tub. Yeah, that's where I could get the tablets, I guess. I got you. I'm a little slow. I haven't had all my coffee yet. Yeah. Mark says, moved into this house 8 years ago this week. Bought it 2 years ago. Seems like we've been here forever. Well, it seems like you have to me because that's the only place you lived, I guess, since I've known you. Yeah. Spider web can cause a problem. I bet you spiders don't like bleach, though, do they? That's a good idea. I'll just get a. I didn't even carry my ladder. I got my ladder stuck in the hallway right there. I didn't even bother carrying it out last night because I wanted to check it again today. I bet you they would install you a brand new system if you asked them nicely. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. I notice, they come out here and whenever they come out here to do their checking, one of the things they'll do is they'll put a fresh uh, filter in it. And there was two of them, one guy, and he went up there, and then I guess he had a helper, and he said, "Yeah, go out to the truck and get me a filter." So he goes and gets one. He comes back in. I wasn't paying attention when he brought it in, but I did tell him. I said, "Well, it's probably not going to need a filter." I said, "Because I just put one in there a few days ago." So he looked. He goes, "Yeah, your filter looks good." He goes, "I'll just leave this one up here," and I'm like, "Okay." So when I was up there last night, I'm like, I wonder where he left that filter. I don't see it anywhere. Well, I finally found it. He had stuck it up on top of the unit, I guess. And then when I grabbed it and looked at it, I'm like, well, this ain't even the right size, you knucklehead. Because mine uses like a 12 by, what is it, 12 by 25, I think, by one. And he had like a 14 by 20 or something. And I'm like, that won't even fit in there. Thanks a lot. So, but it doesn't matter. I use my own filters anyway. Mark says, been working on it nonstop since we bought it. Someday I'll get the landscaping done. Yeah. Well, now that it's getting cooler, I'll be heading to probably Home Depot or Lowe's one and buying a bunch of concrete blocks so I can get ready to get up under there and do my little jacking up in places. So, Doug's sending me some kind of crazy link here. Oh, condensation fan switch. All right. I will check that out, Mr. Sisk. Gary says, I have a drain on my pan that comes out in front of my carport, so I know when I'm having trouble with my main drain. Yeah, my drain is out the back, and like I said, I've got my deck built over it, so you have to go up under the deck, which the deck is real high at that point. You can walk under it easily. But yeah, I need to check and make sure the water's coming out of there. And actually, I had thought I was done running my air because we had a little cool snap, and I turned it off, and we started getting hot again. I had to turn it back on. George H. Rothfuss says he's late with a hall pass. As long as you got the pass, buddy, we'll let you in here. And I just looking at the clock. There's the timer right there. So it's time to go get to work. I gotta run to the UPS store again today. Haven't been over there in a day or two. They probably miss me. No, they probably don't. But gotta go there. And what else I got going on? I think I got a new update to install on the Sim. I've been seeing, I haven't even turned it on in about 3 days. And, but I've joined a couple of those Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 groups on Facebook. And all these people now are griping about the latest update because it screwed stuff up. And I'm like, I'm almost afraid to turn it on now. Because you don't have any choice. You just turn it on. It updates when you turn it on. It doesn't give you the option like, hey, there's a new update. Do you want to get it? It just goes and gets it. So I'll turn it on and see what happens. Maybe it won't screw mine up. Because I haven't had a lot of problems those other guys do, because I don't try to do a lot of that crazy stuff they do. I keep it simple and just fly and enjoy the scenery. But anywho, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to have to wake Jack up. He's down here just right now. It's just heavy breathing, but the snoring will kick in a minute if I don't wake him up. But it's Friday, so we got to get this weekend started. Everybody have a good weekend. Be safe. Um, and we will come back here Monday. And then Tuesday, we'll see who the new prez is. If we know. It might probably be December before we find out for sure, because I'm sure somebody's going to be fussing one way or another about it. So, anyway, y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see y'all Monday.